Jay said he doing good. I'm doing well too. Doing some applications, doing some things that's gonna shape my future in a sense. You feel
Your
me?
future,
Yeah, my future.
young senator,
No. Oh,
Me, yeah,
Pennsylvania,
obviously.
presidential candidate.
that's Jace. Jace got that.
Okay.
Speaking of yesterday though, I wanted to just point that out. Talk about it real quick. Players around the NBA, the sports world, especially like this Jalen Brown of the Celtics. Forgot who they. I believe they played the Who the Celtics play last night?
Heat.
They played the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they played your Miami Heat last night, and they took a knee. A lot of NBA teams around the NBA took a knee, did the tip off and took a knee and took a 24-second violation as a result of the district attorney in Kenosha, Wisconsin, not pressing any pressing any charges on the officers that was involved in the shooting of Jacob Blake, as well as what happened at the nation's capital, where pro-Trump supporters raided and took over and attempted an attempted coup to get the election results changed due to them not winning the election. You guys' thoughts? I thought it's just the clear for. I thought it was a clear like double standard that Black protesters, Black Lives Matter protesters, and how the pro-Trump supporters were treated. I think that was clear as day by the police. I think that's obvious. But what do you guys take away, Jayla? I'm gonna start with you, but
Well, there's no more denying white privilege. I tell you that. Just a bunch of thugs out there trying to just thug up the place. No real agenda, just to be out there just thugging. I don't understand it. I mean, when we were out there peacefully protesting, what we were protesting, we were called thugs. We were out there rioting, looting. That's what they said about us. But, people out there penetrating the national, a federal building, the Capitol, where,
Capitol Hill Police.
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, plain as day. It's plain as day how white privilege works in America. It's definitely two Americas that we live in, and I'll just leave it at that.
clear as day. You agree, Carter?
Yeah, it's clear as day. I really for me, I really didn't even know what's going on at first. I'm driving home, I'm in the car. Everybody like, you see what's going on? I'm like, no. I want you I'm thinking it's no big deal. I get home, I'm like, oh, this is outlandish. This is like movie stuff. This is stuff you see on TV.
This is historical.
He said this ain't happened since 1812.
Yep, the War 1812. Yep.
This sound like I was watching on Netflix like a couple weeks ago. The what is Olympus is falling? That's what it's like. Like where they attacking the the White House, but it was really terrorists, like people from overseas or the way they depict them. But now we know that terrorists are right at home with us, right here.
Domestic and international terrorists. Yep.
So
Big facts.
it's just funny though, like they get mad about people protesting about people being murdered, innocent people getting murdered and shot by people that's supposed to protect and serve. But then you out there going head to head with people that protect and serve over a person with a fake and false agenda. That's not even like everything he stands for is fake. And now all of a sudden you're a Republican, but this man was a Democrat pretty much his whole life. Now he's a Republican because it looked good and he knew they was gonna be the ones to get behind it. But it's more than political parties with me. I feel like it just represent people trying to control other people and people using politics as a way to be racist. So
Done for thousands of years. Jace, what's your takeaway, bud? Let's keep it. What you got for me, bud?
I'm kind of glad it happened, honestly.
Talk to us.
Reason being is because, of course, we know what the real America looks like. We live it every day. But the whole world got to see what the real America looks like. Even though I feel like they knew what it looked like. It's just that now it's on the whole worldwide, on everybody's TV in the whole world. So it's sad that it happened, but I'm not mad that it actually happened because it was gonna happen one day or whatever. Because those people that follow that guy, they just have no brain. Honestly, they have no brain. They're brainwashed by him. So yeah.
Facts. I agree. It's just we all seen this coming. When he was elected, the lies he was perpetuating, the things he was saying, and some people were like, "Oh, he ain't gonna really do nothing. His supporters, his base, not gonna act the fool or do nothing like that." It's just talk. It's just like locker room talk, like what boys be doing, similar to like when women be like rape culture and the things like men say, they be like, "Oh, we just joking around, but women actually live out like that fear of the potential, the chance of getting raped. That's similar to what Trump's doing. It's just nobody thought it would actually happen until it happened on a national scale, and the whole world is watching. So it's just nasty. It's making a fool out of themselves. They're domestic terrorists, attempted coup, things we've seen in developing countries like in overseas in Europe or the Middle East, things like that. But you never thought it would happen in this country where it was when we were taught growing up the greatest country on earth. So it's nasty. It's dumb. All because they lost the election. It makes no sense after it been certified multiple times, sent to multiple judges, Republican judges and Democrat judges. So it's not even political anymore. It's just like a madman trying to like something out of a movie, like Cut said. So it don't really make no sense.
Donald, you lost, loser.
Bye.
Or loser.
Yes, he is a sore loser. But before we get off this topic, I do want to shout out I want to shout out three goats. One, the Reverend Raphael Warnock for defeating his opponent, incumbent Kelly Loeffler, in the Georgia Senate runoff, the special election. So shout out to the Reverend. Appreciate that, my brother. I also want to shout out John Ossoff, the youngest elected senator since Joe Biden to be in the Senate. So shout out to John Ossoff, beat the incumbent David Perdue in Georgia. And last but not least, I want to shout out the GOAT herself, Miss Stacey Abrams, the work she did after losing the governor race to Brian Kemp. And she didn't let that deter her. She still went out and did her plan and got a lot of Black voters to vote, a lot of rural voters to vote. So it's just all around. Congratulations to Stacey Abrams. This feat cannot be done without you. And now the Democrats control the Senate, the House, and now the White House. So thanks for looking up in 2021. Your guys' thoughts.
Man, that just goes to show you behind every great thing is what? A Black woman. Appreciate you, Stacey Abrams. Appreciate you, Stacey Abrams, and everything you do. I mean, now, they got to do their work. Yep. We did our part. They got to do their part. Right. So, we'll see where it lands.
Yeah, I agree. This is great for the country. It's great for everything. Politics aside, it's just, I feel like a lot of stuff that we should have been had is going to be implemented, hopefully. Because there's a lot of the stuff it's like Canada has some stuff better than America, but we supposed to be the best country in the world. It just don't make sense.
Oh, God.
So
like the healthcare.
Right. So hopefully we can start implementing stuff to get everybody where they need to be and get this pandemic, all this stuff handled. Like we dealing with stuff we shouldn't be dealing with. In the country to be the best.
Big facts. Is there any news we want to get politically out of the way before we talk about some big sporting events that is approaching?
25th Amendment, impeach, whatever y'all gotta do. I don't want bro to finish none of it. He don't need to finish nothing. Get him out of there now.
The only thing is gonna take. He got 2 weeks left. It's gonna take about a week for them to actually say, okay, we're gonna do the 25th Amendment, and then at that point, it takes like 3 days for him to get out of office and stuff like that. So they probably gonna let him finish his time.
He recently came out, and my mama just told me that he came out and released a video saying that Biden won the election. So I don't know. I didn't see the video yet, but that's how I was informed like an hour ago. So he trying to do it back.
Either that or
make his supporters go back. What you said, JD?
I was saying he had no choice. Yeah. No choice after yesterday.
Stephen A. said he had a great point. He was like, his biggest supporters like Mitch McConnell and Mike Pence were all in that building when he told them folks, go to the building and do whatever you got to do. And his biggest supporters is in there. So like, even they said something about the nuclear codes and all that type of stuff. That scared me because this man can do anything he want to do right now. And obviously, he just did what he just did yesterday by inciting a riot. Honestly, we're gonna call it what it is. It's inciting a riot, and we can't really do much about it because the 25th Amendment, it takes too long to actually implement it, and we can't. And impeaching takes. We already seen how long that take. So, hey, he got 2 weeks. We just pray that these 2 weeks to go by smoothly.
How long it take for that 2K stimmy to come through?
Let's talk about it, JB. Get down to the nitty gritty.
My mama claimed me, so I ain't.
I felt that.
I need all that.
I get on
I
them
need
clothes,
it.
though.
Love to see it.
All right. That was a interesting topic. They say we don't talk about politics on here, but they don't be watching because we be getting
Who said that?
and they be that's what people be saying. I don't appreciate that. We be talking about a little bit of thing, no.
We do.
We do. All
We
right.
got that hate.
I know, big facts. Before I do my closing remarks, John, we started a podcast off talking about the events that happened at the state capitol, as well as the events that happened in Kenosha. We just want to get your thoughts before we end the podcast.
Yeah, so the events that took place yesterday at Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C. was extremely unfortunate and just an example of the white patriarch that exists in this country and how unfortunate law enforcement responds to certain incidents when it comes to demonstrations. And this wasn't even demonstrating. This was straight out terror and terroristic and an act of terrorism. So these terrorists were allowed to enter a building under the assistance of officers who knew about this incident for weeks. So it's just kind of crazy to think about the situation and just even looking at images. And you really think, and when you put it in a big picture, you really see like this was people who love one person, people who are fans of this one person, like crazy fanatics. And they, to a certain extreme, are so crazy about this person that they're willing to risk their lives to enter a government building. And you think about every other president in American history, no president has ever incited rage and riots like this. Like this is literally illegal. Like this is literally a federal charge to incite riots, especially on government grounds. So I think that it's just crazy to see this unravel from a president. Like Obama didn't have, like people were like very much for Obama, but Obama didn't have a whole clan of people ready to attack on site. Like, I think it's kind of wild, but I am extremely proud with the NBA response and just how they continue to be activists for social issues like this. And I very much am proud of my boys Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum for their remarks on the events that took place yesterday and how they felt towards it. So for those that's listening, like whatever you do, you can be whatever you want to be in life. Like that's really cool. Like you can be a basketball player, a football player, like you can be a cook, but that's fine. But you still must raise awareness for something because like if you don't, then the opposition will get in and try to kill and destroy. So you gotta make sure that we're raising awareness, having conversations like this, and making sure that we're pushing further generations of activists so that we can actually live in a better place for real. So that's all I got.